group isn't turned on before, so we were turned on. Now we are. It's all right.
Phil, how are you?
How are you, Sal?
Doing well.
All right. Good.
Happy holiday, everybody.
Good evening, everyone. If you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and prayer, please. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Almighty God, we ask you bless this governing body with an abundance of wisdom and understanding, so that in fulfilling their public trust, every deliberation will result in actions that will promote the common good and general welfare for all the people of Morris Plains. Amen. Notice to members of the governing body and borough staff, any use of electronic devices during this meeting shall be used solely for the purpose of borough business. Approval of minutes. Nancy.
I move that the minutes of conference executive and regular session from December 5th, 2024 be approved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dennis, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? The ayes have it. Approval of consent agenda and the reports. Ms. Verga.
I move that the following reports be approved from November 2024. Municipal Court, Building Inspector, Animal Control, Borough Clerk, Animal Licensing, Tax Collector, and Treasurer. And Resolution 2024-170 entitled Approving Settlement on Appeal from Assessment Matt Cali 5, Morris Plains Borough, Block 171, Lot 1250, Johnson Road. Docket numbers, all those numbers there. Morris County, our file number 11,487. Resolution 2024-171 entitled Resolution Authorizing the Award of Non-Fair and Open Contracts for Professional Services for Calendar Year 2025. Resolution 2024-172 entitled Resolution Authorizing the 5-year extension of the License of Management Agreement for Davenport Village, 260 Tabor Road. Resolution 2024-173 entitled Resolution Authorizing Title 39 Motor Vehicle Enforcement for 185, 201, and 221 Tabor Road, known as Block 151, Lots 2.011, 2.012, and 2.013, in accordance with the request of the property owner. Resolution 2024-174 entitled Resolution Reappointing Ralph Rotando as member of the Southeast Morris County Municipal Utilities Authority. Resolution 2024-175 entitled Borough of Morris Plains, Morris County Adaptive Recreational Program. Resolution 2024-176 entitled Transfer of Funds. Resolution 2024-177 entitled Resolution Requesting Approval of Item of Revenue and Appropriation NJSA 40A 4-87 Department of Community Affairs Local Recreation Improvement Grant. Resolution 2024-178 entitled Cancel Unexpended 2024 Budget Appropriation Balances. Resolution 2024-179 entitled Refund of Overpayment. Resolution 2024-180 entitled Resolution Authorizing New Jersey Department of Community Affairs Local Recreational, is that a repeat? Improvement 2025 Grant Application. Maria Amelia Lopez, part-time cleaning maintenance, received $21 an hour for cleaning of the community center and teen center in the absence of Mohammed Suleiman. The mayor be approved to sign the licensing agreement between Spatial Data Logic LLC, SDL, and the Borough of Morris Plains. The following employees be granted permission to carry vacation time from 2024 to 2025, which shall be used by March 31st, 2025. Officer Anthony Cardaniga, Police Department, 12 hours. Officer Kelvin Preciado, Police Department, 32 hours. John Signorelli, Superintendent, DPW, 40 hours. Kevin Rongo, Acting Assistant Superintendent, DPW, 40 hours. Roy Chavez, Laborer, DPW, 40 hours. Seymour Foreman, Assistant Senior Mechanic, DPW, 32 hours. Robert Fredette, Laborer, DPW, 24 hours. Rosemary Lahan, Deputy Clerk, 7 hours. Anna Thomas, CFO, Tax Collector, 35 hours. Nicole Saranita, Clerk's Office, 28 hours. Roseanne Denman, Borough Clerk, 35 hours. Mayor be authorized to execute a contract with Animal Control Solutions, Inc. to provide animal control services to the borough from January 1, 2025 through December 31, 2026 One thing here, though, that I want to point out was not, we didn't have a discussion with the council on the reappointment of Ralph Rotando as a member of SMCMUA. Advice and consent of the council is required for that, and I don't think we had a discussion, so can I pull that out?
Put it under resolutions.
Okay. I move that we remove the resolution 2024-174
And move it to,
and move it to resolutions number 13 on the agenda.
is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dennis. Roll call, please.
Ms. Verga,
Yes.
Mr. Bruhn,
Yes.
Mr. Cortese,
Yes.
Ms. Kelly,
Yes.
Mr. Wagner.
Yes.
I'd like to welcome everybody here tonight. I'd like to open up the public invitation for anybody wishing to speak.
My name is Laurie Cama, C-A-M-A. I wanted to raise the concern about Ordinance 14-2023 for the drive-through restaurants in the B2 business zone. I would like to, while we can't go back in time to prevent the tragedy of the McDonald's application, which unfortunately has been an emotional topic that many feel has downgraded our town to a bit of a highway off-ramp. I would still like to protect our town from additional deterioration or degradation and danger by reversing the drive-through restaurant change from that ordinance back to the B2 zone without the drive-through restaurants. So again, McDonald's, we know what the vote outcome was last night, but there are other properties that could potentially decide now to change to a drive-through restaurant. And I think we all heard the concerns of the town around the danger. And my concern is that we would further exacerbate the problem and the deterioration of our town if we don't close this door before other businesses come in with applications that are headed down a path. So what we heard last night is the minute that permissible use went through, some of the people on the planning board felt that that was it, right? It was a done deal. And I don't want any more done deals if we can realize that the thoughts that went into preparing that ordinance or the changing that ordinance were dated back in the pandemic, and that we don't have the same issues now. And the town made it clear they'd rather a vacant lot than a drive-through restaurant, right, for the sake of this town. So I would like to put it to this group to see if we can revisit that change for that ordinance to put a stop to this and close the door for future drive-through restaurants in the B2 zone. So I'm not exactly sure how to go about that, to ask for a resolution on that, or someone to work on that to push that topic forward.
The ordinance committee will certainly look at that, starting in January.
Okay, and if there can be some urgency about it so that we don't have another application in our lap headed down a path that where we can't stop it, so.
Beginning of January.
Pardon?
The beginning of January. We'll
Okay.
start that.
I'm glad for your commitment to that topic. Thank you.
Cecere, 11 Dayton Road. I'm just wondering if the town has done the police budget or given them an increase for the upcoming year.
Okay.
Well, I urge the council to do so, because I know they're already busy, and maybe we will definitely need more officers with McDonald's. I can promise you that we'll probably need at least one. After the McDonald's being approved last night, you're definitely gonna need one to just cover the calls that I anticipate making from the moment demolition begins. The vote last night spoke volumes as to how some of our town representatives feel about the citizens and their quality of life in the community of Caring. Unfortunately, this puts me and my neighborhood in a position that we cannot sit quietly and let more detriment happen. I plan to call every single time there's anything I feel that is not being followed by the books. I've already spoke to Chief Gorski, and I apologize to him in advance. But I will have his number memorized and on speed dial. So I urge that we give more funding to the police department because it will definitely be needed. On a different note, I've sat here before at least on 2 other occasions complaining about the garbage and rotted fence in the Friendly's parking lot. A fence that was falling into my property for years with no consideration from the property owner. That was just rewarded last night. He's never made the smallest effort to try to maintain it to any sort of acceptable condition. At the end of the June meeting, council meeting, I believe it might have been the planning board meeting, I spoke directly with you, Mayor Carr, and asked who I should contact in the town to complain. You said you would reach out to the property owner's lawyer and see what could be done, and you did in fact do that as you promised and called the lawyer, although it took over a month before only half of the fence has been replaced. And since then, the old fencing has been sitting in a pile outside my living room window in their parking lot for me to enjoy looking at every day. After coming back to more council meetings and complaining again, once again, about the garbage and the old fencing now piled up in the parking lot, at October 17th meeting, I was promised it would be taken care of. And guess what? It's still there. I would like to know what fines that property owner has been given for this violation. And I'd also like to know why has the zoning officer not been held accountable for performing his duties? But I would definitely like to take a moment and thank Mrs. Verga for taking the time to come out and see for herself what my complaints were. I had urged everybody, and maybe some have, I only know of Mrs. Verga coming to the property and seeing for herself. And that's it. Happy holidays.
And we did have, after the meetings, the road department did go out there. There was a complaint about the bag and whatever else was out there.
Is that who
Make sure
cleaned
to-
it? I was wondering who cleaned it.
Yeah, clean that up, around the outskirts of that property, so
Why has the property owner not been held accountable?
I'll have to check with the
But
zoning
you
officer.
rewarded him last night.
I will check with the zoning officer. Thank you. Anybody else?
Craig Moran, 7 Hillview Avenue, M-O-R-A-N. I'm flabbergasted and appalled by the apparent dog and pony show to which my fellow residents and I have bore witness to over the past 7 months. As I know you're all aware of, the planning board approved the McDonald's application for the 2 parcels of land on Speedwell Avenue, just a little more than 200 feet from my house. While 4 board members apparently had enough questions on topics ranging from the parking lot size to the safety of our townspeople, another board member, prior to putting one of the final nails in the coffin, simply stated that all the questions have been answered and voted yes. Words cannot describe the level of shame I feel towards the individuals who approved this abomination. While all the people who were in the community center last night may live in the community of Caring, it's apparent that not everyone there cares the same amount. Thank you.
34 Canfield Place. So disappointed, Mayor Carr and Mrs. Kelly. I can't believe you did this to me. I really can't. You totally ignored me. And I'm just so disappointed. Chief Grasky, can I ask you a question?
Certainly.
Did you submit anything to the McDonald's applicant, the Morris Plains Police?
Am I permitted to answer, John?
I'm sorry,
Am I permitted to answer the question?
what was the question?
Did the Morris Plains Police submit anything to the McDonald's applicant?
I'm sorry, did
Submit any comment to the McDonald's applicant?
the police department?
Yes.
You can answer that question.
Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you. So I was on a jury once, it was actually a murder trial about 10, 12 years ago. It was about a 6-week jury trial. One of the jurors fell asleep multiple times, and he was recused from the jury. We cannot have people falling asleep at planning board meetings. When I spoke, he was asleep until I said his name. He's a great man, he was a great mayor, but the time has come. I urge you to make that change. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Bill Greco, 9 Higby Way. On a different note, I would just like to wish each of you a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. Enjoy your holidays. I will be in Florida. Thank you.
Thank you.
Safe travels. Have a good day.
Seeing no one else, I close the public portion. Reports of committees and or department heads. Ms. Verga.
I'm sorry.
Finance, Deb.
That's okay, you can skip past that. I don't have a report time there, I'm gonna save my year end for next week, my last council meeting, up here anyway.
Fantastic. Public safety, Mr. Cortese.
Thank you, Mayor. It's a short report. You know, we had all the meetings. We had 3 meetings quickly, and 1 more next week. From the police side, we're getting a new car, new hybrid, number 6. It should be coming in
Tomorrow?
So the police department is very happy. And then it'll go out for January for all the bells and whistles, whatever we need for the emergency equipment. And also vehicle number 4 that was hit by Saturday by, guys might not know, by a drunk driver, is being repaired and should be operational by also mid-January. So we'll have a lot more cars. Our fire chief is here too. Kevin, did you want to say anything? You want to come up or?
Mike has something first.
I'd like to go first.
Sure.
I don't have much this evening, which is rare for me, but I'll just report quickly on the deer cull for the borough. Total since the last one was harvested on November 1st, our stand at 12, 8 female, 4 male. And for the department's kind of year-end report time, crunching numbers for our 2025 budget request. That's all I have. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, stay safe.
Good evening, everyone. Hope everybody's staying warm. No, it's cold out there. Winter's here. As of today, as of right now, we're 398 calls for the year. So we're hitting that 400 mark soon, maybe, or it could just stay there. I did some research. Of those 398 calls, 99 of them are a mutual aid request. So that's 99 calls we have gone out of town. And that's not just with our apparatus, but with the air truck. So we held our 2025 elections. Assistant engineers Tyler Shea, engineer Dave Kitchell, Chief 3 will be is Mark Bellis, Chief 2 is Bob Webster. Unfortunately, you got me again for another year. Chief 1.
That's not unfortunate.
They're all here tonight, right?
No.
I see Tyler.
Congrats.
Tyler?
Can you guys stand up for a minute? Call your name. And as I give him the nickname, it's the best fire department east of the Mississippi. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, guys.
Let's see, we were able to bring Santa to the tree lighting safely. All the kids enjoyed it, they loved Santa, so it was a good time. The weather wasn't too bad either, so that was a good thing. We're gonna do our Santa tour this Sunday we're gonna start at 11 a.m. So then we have the 2 engines back, so we're gonna do the whole town again. So we're not gonna do stops like we did last year, because we only had the 1 engine. So we will be out there at 11 a.m. Hopefully it doesn't snow.
All the streets again?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
So we'll be doing that again. Some of our guys, they do it every year. We do it for our widows. We bring out, we give them poinsettias and a gift. So some of our guys did that last Saturday. So they, the widows love that, and we appreciate the widows for what what they gave up. The Hanukkah gelt drop will be there with the ladder to help the rabbi with the gelt drop on the 29th. And then the next day, we have to bring the truck down to get ladder testing. So we'll be without the ladder truck for a couple of days, hopefully. I want to thank the governing body and the police chief for giving us an old vehicle, the Tahoe. That's in service now. Chief 2 is using it, and it's helping us greatly get to the traffic in town. So we're getting the scenes a lot quicker. At least we get some eyes on it, so we get going. I also want to thank the governing body for making the fire prevention marshal position full-time. I just have some stats here that just blow my mind. From January this year to May, at part-time, there was only 136 inspections done. From June to December 19th, full-time, 708 inspections. That's total for the year to date is 844. Revenue brought in, and just half a year, $70,435.48, compared to last year's $36,143.53. So
That was only for 6 months, you said?
that's from June to December. So he's been able to get a lot of state money that was out there. I think he's down to like one business that has
Unpaid, like
unpaid.
overdue stuff.
Yeah,
Always get one of that one person.
well, that's gonna happen, yeah, so.
Shakedown.
But, I mean, it's not anyone's fault that the money was out there. It was just people that left the business and they didn't know about it. And, majority of the businesses now that Chris is, that he has approached, he's informed them what it was all about. He's given them the website to go to for the state, and there's been no pushback. People, okay, I mean, a couple of people were like amazed that there was a bill that high on the property, but they worked it out and they've come up with the money, and it benefited us, the town, so they got.
So just when we had a problem, right, so who's that guy down in the state, what's his name? Remember?
The division?
Yeah, for our area.
Oh, for our, I don't know.
He was very helpful, that I had called him and gave out his number and just said have whoever call him. So
Yeah,
however that worked out, that really worked out.
Yeah, Rich McCuskey is the
Can't remember.
head, but I don't think that's who you're talking
No,
about.
I can't remember his name.
But,
Very helpful.
they're gonna be the dog, the pit bull that comes out, and it's.
But it was good that he was able to talk to the business owners and
Yeah.
explain the whole thing, so that really worked out well.
Yeah, so, I mean, I really did, so, and I just, like I said, I wanna thank every governing body for this. I think this was a experiment that has gone in the right direction for the town. You can't, I got an extra guy on the road during the day, it's fantastic. It's keeping the town safe, and that's what we have to do. We have to keep the town safe. And with, you know, I can't stress it enough. We're fortunate in Morris Plains. I don't know how we do it, I don't know how it happens, but we have people that wanna volunteer in this town. It's a great thing. It makes my job a lot easier, I'll tell you what. The guys I have as officers and the membership behind them, they do anything. They train, they wanna learn, they wanna do what has to get done. I'm very proud of this department, and I think everybody probably in this room should be proud of this department, because if you go to other towns, you don't have this. And that's why we're going on so much mutual aid calls. And seeing, you know, people are saying that we have the manpower, we can get things done, and, they appreciate it. So, I think you guys can all pat yourselves on the back too. I mean, it's part of the town. Give us the tools, we'll do it.
You guys deserve a lot of credit, like I always say, 100% volunteer, 100% of the time, not even just mutual aid, but you do the fun things here, the Santa Claus and all the holidays and all that kind of stuff. But to have everybody here dedicate as much time as they do is really, it's fantastic and terrific, and you guys really deserve a lot of credit for everything that you do, your officers and teaching the younger guys and everything. So I think that's part of why kids come and recruit. You keep them active, they're doing stuff, they're learning, so I think it's a win-win for everybody. So congratulations to you, being named chief again, and the rest of your officers, and best of luck this year, and thank you again for everything you and your department does.
I have one thing.
I think we have
It was an honor serving on public safety, and I hope I did a pretty good job. You can let me know later, but I do want to show we have a public, a big public tonight. During the COVID years, this is what touched my heart the most. During the COVID years, our fire department got together, at their houses, and every little kid that had a birthday, they went there, bells, whistles, and sang them happy birthday. And that touches my heart, and you say the community caring, right there. And Art, I think Art drove the truck. So I thank you all, and I'll never forget that in my life, because it was just, we were all down during the COVID times. Didn't know where to go, our country, everything. But yet you guys lifted our spirits up, and it's something, Kevin, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna take to my grave. And it's just, I love you, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Oh, see, I thought I'd talk a lot.
Well, this is important. We still got trees to sell, right?
We have 85 trees left at the DFW, so whoever hasn't got one, please come over. And we might give one, buy one, get one free at this point. Well, actually, if anybody does know of anybody that's in need, we will donate, whether it's a church, a family in need. We're willing and happy to do that. And I can deliver, or anybody with a pickup truck. So.
And also, I was up at our communications dealer yesterday, looking into the siren. So, the siren will be back.
The siren will be back. I know you guys have been looking at different models.
Yes.
The insurance is well up to date with the insurance, so we'll be going. Why don't you explain to everybody where it's going to be, what it is?
We're getting a siren that's similar to what we had, same sound. We're not gonna mount it on a pole in the back. We're actually gonna mount it on the roof, on the far end of the building. So it'll be sticking above the roof line. And, we're still toying with the idea of doing bringing back the 5 o'clock test over here, so. And that can be done, with a timer set, so.
That's how we knew dinner was ready, 5 o'clock whistle, man.
Yeah, I'll be home by 5.
Get home or get killed.
Get home. So, thank you all, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
And the whole department, thank you again. And just, I know he's gonna not like me, but we have somebody here retiring from the Morris County Communications Center. Mark Bellis, he's been there, I believe, answering calls and doing the duty that you do up there, not just answering calls, but you come up the ranks for 36 years, and really, retiring here towards the end of the month, 27th, I think, is your last day, so congratulations, Mark, good job, well done. People don't realize. People don't realize that really that is the first touch for any 911 or 911 call, is one of those operators. He's graduated from that, but just the training and everything on your role up there is really priceless, and you're nothing but good things. And, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Moving on, we have Public Works, Mr. Bruhn.
Thank you, Mayor. Just to add to Chief Rongo, the building was built in 1941, and in front of the bays were these black lanterns, I'll call them, that have been up there for, I think, about 83 years. I did a quick calculation, and they haven't worked in the 28 years I've been a volunteer firefighter. So the mayor and the Buildings and Grounds Committee decided to get them sent out, so they've been sandblasted, repaired, and repainted. And did they pick them up today, Kevin, or do you know? But anyway, they called today to tell us that they were ready, so we're excited to get them back on. They'll be lit, and just a little sentimental thing, but I thought it was pretty cool. So on to DPW. DPW continues to work daily on their police and road department vehicles. They pick up garbage in our parks, which we appreciate. They had set up for the McDonald's meetings at the community center. They finished up blowing the leaves on all the borough properties. They finished the holiday decorations, look awesome as always. They've collected 580 cubic yards of leaves so far this period. They assisted Clearwater Services with pump problems at American Road Pumping Station. And the snow has fallen, not greatly, but they have salted twice our roads, and they do help with the school grounds. And they helped with the installation of the new rotary clock. And then Morris Township Sewer Department brought their back truck to help us at American Road pump out some debris that was stuck in our wet well. And they did a sewer detail. They ran the generators and cleaned the sewers 4 times this period, so we appreciate all they do. Beautification is hibernating with the other bears and animals. They're going to wait for the spring to come out, and they'll start their beautifying our town. So we appreciate everything everybody does. Thank you.
Thank you. Public Buildings and Grounds, John's not here, if anybody has a report. If not, we'll move on to public.
All our parks are beautiful.
Public Building, Public Health, Sanitation, and Sewers, Nancy.
Okay, the Board of Health met on Wednesday, December 11th, and discussed plans for the upcoming rabies clinic. Mark your calendar, Saturday, January 4th, from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Borough Garage. Online registration is now open on the Borough website. We are hoping this year to increase the use of online registration to prevent frozen pens for people standing out in the cold, filling out their registration forms. Not fun for the volunteers, so if you can register online, it'd be great for everybody. We approved Dr. Werner as our borough veterinarian for 2025 and authorized payment. And they reported that the increases in cases of RSV, flu, and walking pneumonia are spiking, as well as COVID. So take care during the holidays. There's a flyer out on the desk outside there about these free cancer screenings for women who do not have health insurance that are coming with Atlantic Health on January, February, and March. Take a look at the flyer. It's probably also in the weekly email. And the Municipal Alliance had met on December 2nd. They are beginning their program, 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens, which is a multi-week presentation for 7th graders. The Municipal Alliance has been sponsoring this for a few years at Borough School, and it will start in January, ending in February. I just want to make a statement here. I can't weigh in on what happened in the borough these past months, but I do want to validate residents who came together to advocate for this community. I know you took time away, and I'm reading because I'm not eloquent and I can't speak off the cuff, so I know that was criticized last night, and I relate to that. So I just want to say that the love and care that the residents have for this place is definitely unquestionable. And while I can't share my personal views, I do know that the outcome did not align with the vision of many residents and was disappointing and even devastating to some. And I really think that this is a time for accountability and transparency, and it's a time for us to look at lessons learned and take a hard look at our leadership and our processes and make changes that are necessary so we're better representing the people in this community. The frustration of voters was evident in the outcome of the elections this year, both locally and at the national level. So I think we need to take that seriously as a message for us and how we conduct business at every level of government. And I'd like to see us try to find some new ways to expand the availability of information to residents at every stage of decision-making. Streaming meetings is one that I hope we can accomplish early in the new year. I know we have a volunteer doing that, and some of us that will be on the council next year would like to see that become an official practice. Find new ways to encourage residents to share their insights and personal experience before decisions are made. Ensuring that we have the right people in the right positions, people who are committed to putting politics aside to do what is best for the community as a whole. And double down on the need to treat everyone with respect and dignity, focusing less on the process and more on delivering positive outcomes. I know that when I redid the website several years ago, as part of that committee, we made sure that our emails and phone numbers are on the website. So please reach out to me if you have other thoughts on where we can do better. Somebody had a conversation tonight about revising the ordinance, Laurie, I believe, and that has already been discussed. In fact, it was discussed the night we voted on it, when there was discussion that we can change it the next day. We did not change it the next day. There was not the will of the council to do so, but I do believe that next year there will be, and along with other ordinances that need to be strengthened. So please keep the faith, and we will try to do better by you.
Thank you. Ordinances and public utilities, Kathy.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Firstly, there was supposed to be a presentation tonight by the three girls that I mentioned at our last meeting from Girl Scout Troop 96845. They will eventually talk about their bike rack that they had planned for the teen center house. One of the girls got sick and they all wanted to be together to share the information, so they canceled, and that will be set at the next available opening we have in January. Also, I need to thank the PBA local for hosting their annual Christmas party at Arthur's. It was a fun night for all of us, and it's not always something to look forward to. Also, I need to thank Chief Longo for bringing Santa and Mrs. Claus to the tree lighting. But as great as they were, the girls who danced at the beginning of the ceremonies at the Christmas tree lighting were fantastic. These little young dancers were out there. We hadn't seen them since before COVID. And then the girls who are more middle school age were out there dancing. And I'm telling you, they looked like they were future Rockettes. It was a great evening. And also the Christmas band concert, if anybody, I don't remember seeing any of you here were there, but it was another excellent band performance with Larry Ripley as our leader. And there are 43 members in that band, and it was fantastic. On another important issue, there's a legislative update. It's regarding the trees ordinance. That's why it's kind of been, our tree ordinance has kind of been put on hold. We've been working on it for a long time. But there's pending legislation opposing the DEP's tree ordinance. It's A-4260. It prohibits DEP from requiring certain municipalities to adopt ordinance that controls tree removal and replacement. And once we see where that happens, we will continue with our tree ordinance. And that's all I have, sir.
Great, thank you. We have no introduction of ordinances, but we do have them on the second reading. Ms. Kelly.
I'm sorry, I'm getting.
Is there any way I can talk? I missed the Publix weekend. We're having a nighttime issue, or,
You see that little bit.
sorry to interrupt. Cool.
State-
Hi.
State your name and
Yeah, no, I know the drill.
Okay.
No, that's okay, because he might start coming. Carolyn Bennett, 19 Dayton Road. This is Carson. If you're interested in his age, it's a year. I literally cry every time I talk. He's a year old because when he was born, it was October of 2023. Similarly, that's when I guess I got a lot of important mail. So I did not read the pages of political jargon outlining the rezoning ordinance in very close proximity to our house. So I come here because my ask is, I believe it was a certified piece of mail. Someone may have signed for it. I didn't read it. I was postpartum with twins in a very bad place. We were in Morristown for more than 5 days. So is there any way that important things that will literally change our quality of life can be communicated to the public in a better way than just a piece of mail that we hope we read? Because if there's another thing that comes through the mail about this whole McDonald's thing, I can't promise I'm going to, one, understand it, or two, I'm scared if one of my kids grabs it or whatnot. So I don't know what the solve is, but I can't be quiet about it. So I just want to know if there's a different way that, like, everything's important, but something like that was clearly super important, and I would have showed up here and fought the rezoning ordinance. I'm sure you guys know that by now. That's how I feel. But yeah, I feel like I got screwed over and my voice couldn't have been heard because I literally was not there reading this piece of paper. So I don't know who gives me an answer.
So I
if
think
just
it's,
me
I
talking.
think it's on the website, when those things happen, the agendas for the meetings, usually those are on here, like it was an ordinance, so those are on there. You get the certified, it's advertised in the newspaper.
What newspaper? I don't get a newspaper.
It's in our Morris Newsbee is the newspaper that is the official paper of the borough.
Do I have to pay for it? So I have to pay to get information like this?
And then you have a certified letter that comes directly to each individual's homes that would be affected, yes.
Okay. So if one receives said letter, and I'm looking at you because I feel like you might understand a lot of the language in there, do I email you and ask you to help me dissect it? Because I did find that letter and I did not understand all of the things it means, and I don't want to pay an attorney to translate it for me.
So the answer there would be, you wouldn't contact me for further guidance because I represent the borough and the board up here, not you as a resident, I'm not your attorney. But, so you could seek out private counsel to explain it, but probably more importantly, the situation in which you receive the certified notice because you're within 200 feet of the change, or within the change itself, then that would be a time to come to Borough Hall and talk to the clerk or ask for further guidance. All they're doing is putting you on notice of what was happening. So if you have further questions or you need clarification, you can always come to Town Hall and talk to people. Quite frankly, even though I'm not your attorney, if you want to reach out to me in the future, I'd be happy to talk to you about something and try and provide some clarification on it too. I don't know exactly what went out to you in October of 2023, but having said that, when you get those notices, you know, you're free to come to Borough Hall and ask questions. And even though a lot of municipal attorneys won't, I will speak to you if you reach out to me.
All the ordinances and everything are posted over here, in Town Hall. There's many ways that,
It feels like a lot of like proactive, I have to stay on top of it rather than like, hey, you need to read this, this is really important. So is that, like, that is the correct, I just have to keep refreshing the page?
Well, I think especially when you get a certified letter, that's pretty important, just because that's how it's sent out, so make sure that it is received. So that was probably the most important document that went out.
Why'd you come early, Carson? Should've come on time. Okay, well then my second concern, and this will be my last one for this meeting, but I'm sure I'll be around, is, so this is also Carson's inhaler. It's not mine. He takes it quite frequently, and the PICU knows him, so because our lovely lot is now gonna be possibly demolished, construction, all of that, if there's any way that you guys can keep my face, my address in the back of your head, if there's anything important I need to know about the air quality or anything that is going to be affecting my son, that would be really helpful. Obviously, I screwed up last year and I didn't read this ordinance, but I am going to refresh those pages, pay money to the newspaper to hopefully be on top of anything that will affect his breathing when he's running around in his own backyard. I am so nervous about the construction part of this. among all of the other things, but I don't wanna miss a beat there, so if there's any special thing that can be done for the residents on Dayton, other than just a certified letter, I would appreciate that. And I'm sure other people would as well, because there are other people on the street with health issues.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting me talk out of the forum.
No problem. Thank
Before,
you.
before we continue with ordinances, may I just say one more thing? I'm sorry, it doesn't have anything to do with Harold. There is someone sitting in the audience who did perform at the Christmas concert, and it's Tina Janest
Yes, I did.
in the corral. I know, I just wanted to mention it, because I said I didn't see anybody here who was there at the concert, but you were singing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Wash your hands.
Moving on to
Yes, sir. I, Councilmember Kelly, read by title the ordinance entitled Ordinance Number 10-2024. An ordinance concerning salaries and longevity pay, which ordinance was introduced and passed on the first reading at a meeting held on December 5th, 2024. The mayor announced that the meeting was open for a public hearing on the ordinance. The following persons were heard.
I announce that the meeting is open for a public hearing. This ordinance just sets the salary ranges for all our non-union employees. Seeing no one, I close the public hearing.
I, Councilmember Kelly, state that the above ordinance, as read by title on second reading at this meeting, be adopted and finally passed.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Nancy. Roll call, please.
Ms. Verga,
Yes.
Mr. Bruhn,
Yes.
Mr. Cortese.
Yes.
Ms. Kelly,
Yes.
Mr. Wagner.
Yes.
Thank you.
I, Councilmember Kelly, read by title the ordinance entitled Ordinance Number 11-2024, an ordinance providing for the partial amendment, supplementation, and repeal of certain fees set forth in the fee schedule of the Borough of Morris Plains, Chapter 2, Section 2-46, in the revised ordinance of the Borough of Morris Plains, New Jersey, 1972, which ordinance was introduced and passed on first reading at a meeting held on December 5th, 2024. The mayor announced that the meeting was open for a public hearing on the ordinance.
I announce that the meeting is open for a public hearing. Anybody wish to comment? Seeing no one, I close the public hearing.
I, Councilmember Kelly, state that the above ordinance is read by title on second reading at this meeting be adopted and finally passed.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Verga,
Yes.
Mr. Bruhn,
Yes.
Mr. Cortese.
Yes.
Ms. Kelly,
Yes.
Mr. Wagner.
Yes.
That ordinance just sets all the fees for the borough that the borough charges throughout the year, either up or down.
I, Councilmember Kelly, read by title the ordinance entitled Ordinance Number 12-2024, an ordinance establishing pay grades and fixing salaries and benefits for the Department of Public Works of the Borough of Morris Plains, which ordinance was introduced and passed on first reading at a meeting held on December 5th, 2024. The mayor announced that the meeting was open for a public hearing on the ordinance.
I announce the meeting is open for a public hearing. Anybody wish to be heard? Seeing nobody, I close the public hearing.
I, Councilmember Kelly, state that the above ordinance as read by title on second reading at this meeting be adopted and finally passed.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Art. Roll call, please.
Ms. Verga,
Yes.
Mr. Bruhn,
Yes.
Mr. Cortese.
Yes.
Ms. Kelly,
Yes.
Mr. Wagner.
Yes.
And again, that just sets the pay grades and salaries for our DPW workers. Moving on to resolutions.
We have one.
Yeah, so
You
I don't,
want to table it?
Yeah.
Do you want to,
I'd like to table it, so we
is
can.
there a
discuss.
motion to table the, what number is it?
Resolution 2024-174.
Is there a motion to table 2024-174? Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Roll call, please. Sorry.
Ms. Verga,
Yes.
Mr. Bruhn.
Yes.
Mr. Cortese.
Yes.
Ms. Kelly,
Yes.
and Mr. Wagner.
Yes.
We have no unfinished business, we have no new business, we do have vouchers. Mr. Wagner, for the,
Today, December 19th, checklist, total of $174,435.95.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Kathy, roll call please.
Ms. Verga.
Yes.
Mr. Bruhn.
Yes.
Mr. Cortese.
Yes.
Ms. Kelly.
Yes.
Mr. Wagner.
Yes.
And we do have a need for another executive session. Nancy?
Be resolved by the Borough Council of the Borough of Morris Plains on the 19th day of December 2024 that prior to the conclusion of this regular meeting of the Mayor and Borough Council of the Borough of Morris Plains, which regular meeting has been open to the public, the Mayor and Borough Council shall meet in executive session from which the public shall be excluded to discuss matters as permitted pursuant to NJSA 10:4-12, subsection
B7 and B8.
B7 and B8. The time when the matters discussed pursuant to paragraph 1 hereof can be disclosed to the public is as soon as practicable after the final resolution of the aforesaid matters.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dennis. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? We are in executive session. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight and wish everybody a happy holiday season.